show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I've got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I've got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Hey, now it's time to take off. Gotta keep it live and raw. Better stay tuned in. Man, our NFL talk. I know that you ready for more. They on the field, ready for war. Who's in the lead? I'm checking the score. We about to do it like never before. NFL live, uncut, raw. This is Man Hour NFL Talk. Let's go.
And now, Mike's thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, there have been some great moves this NFL offseason. There have been some magnificent season-defining moves so far this offseason. The New England Patriots have made great moves. The Chicago Bears have made even better moves. The LA Rams have made some spectacular moves as well. But there have been other teams out there that have decided not to make any moves whatsoever. There have been teams out there that are not signing their own players, not bringing in free agency, and they're losing lots and lots of players. And the team that I'm referring to is the one and only Cincinnati Bengals. Guys, the Cincinnati Bengals have had the opportunity to re-sign Jamar Chase, to sign T. Higgins, to sign Trey Henderson. But they said, you know what? We don't want none of those guys on our team. We're not going to pay them. Like I tell my wife many, many times over and over again, I want to invest in some land, honey. And Higgins is not going to get any cheaper. Trey Henderson's not going to get any cheaper. Guys, at the end of the day, the Cincinnati Bengals have had the worst offseason that I've remembered the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Worse than the Dallas Cowboys, worse than the San Francisco 49ers, worse than the Kansas City Chiefs, worse than Green Bay Packers. Guys, if I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan, I am jumping ship. If I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan, I am saying sell the team, fire everybody. Guys, the Indianapolis Colts cannot do anything right. They cannot get out of their own way. They were just in the Super Bowl just, 3 years ago? 4 years ago, right? They were in the Super Bowl. They lost to the LA Rams, but they were in the Super Bowl. Since then, they've been nothing but a dumpster fire. So all you Cincinnati Bengals fans, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you guys got to put up with this. I'm sorry that you guys cannot pay your own players. I'm sorry that you guys just have an incompetent general manager, ownership, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, Cincinnati Bengals suck. Cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Yeah, hey, let's go. Hitting that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw. Steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off. Get it hype, this man, our sport talk. Yeah, from the quarterback to the lineman. Everybody bringing heat. You don't really want to try them. Hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the flyest. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception?
Let's go. Man Hour.
Sport Talk.
My bad.
Man Hour.
Messed up.
Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception?
Let's go. My bad, guys. I was into the music and realized we had a whole other 8 bars to go. 8 bars to go. My bad, guys. But hey, what is up? This is Michael Buckhouse with the Man Hour. Heard to manhourradio.com. Guys, check out the merchandise page. Become a Pigskin Putty, guys. Get yourself some nice little fresh merch. This is our red shirt merch. We got just the old school Man Hour right across the back with the NFL talk behind it. Live, raw, uncut right there, guys. It's just a nice shirt. I wear it out in the yard, mow grass, whatever. I wear it to Home Depot, Lowe's, and sometimes I might get crazy and I might dress up, put a little sports jack over it, and wear it to work. I'm kidding. But guys, it is what is today? Today is Thursday, right? It's Thursday, March 13th, my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mama Buck. We got to talk about Aaron Rodgers. We speaking of old people besides Mama, we got to talk about Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. People want these old ass quarterbacks, but why? Why? We're going to talk about both of those quarterbacks today, where they land up today. We're going to talk about a little bit about the NFL draft and Travis Hunter potentially being the #1 overall pick. What? Slow it down, baby. And then Justin Reed going down to Big Easy, going down to New Orleans to find himself, along with Tyrann Mathieu. Justin Reed's to the New Orleans Saints. And then Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp has officially been released. Where does he end up? Where does he end up at the end of the day? And Kirk Cousins. Yeah. Speaking of old ass quarterbacks, we've got to Kirk Cousins as well. But guys, that intro was all types of effed up. My bad. But guys, we do got a great show for you lined up today. This is a live interactive show. So if you guys want to comment down below, let us know. And be like my man, Old Man River, which is a pigskin pundit. Old Man River says the Raiders' chances after Minshew takes over Patrick Mahomes' job. So John says, "What's up, Buck?" And I said, "Nothing much." He says, and I say, "What's good, John?" And he says, the Raiders' chances after Minshew takes over Patrick Mahomes' job. So first things pause. Pause. There's not one quarterback in the NFL that is ever going to take Patrick Mahomes' jobs as of right now. Now, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the road, maybe. But right now, slow it down, baby. I don't understand why the Kansas City Chiefs signed Gardner Minshew. Yes, they need a backup, right? I guess Carson Wentz went on to greener pastures, and the old XFL quarterback or their UFL quarterback that they signed to the practice squad last year got cut. And Gardner Minshew was just there by default, right? A good, reliable backup for 2 games, which that's always good for. But guys, I do not like this signing at all. I do not like Gardner Minshew. I do not like the whole Minshew mania. I did not like Gardner Minshew when he was with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I did not like Gardner Minshew when he was with the Indianapolis Colts. I did not Gardner Minshew with the Raiders, and definitely not going to like with the Kansas City Chiefs. Guys, Gardner Minshew's not that good. There's a reason why he's been, 4 or 5 teams in the last couple seasons. He is not that good a quarterback. He is a good, pliable backup, yes. He is good to come out there and sling the rock for 2 games, much like Ryan Fitzpatrick, much like Carson Wentz. But the minute you try to say he's going to take Patrick Mahomes' job, stop it. The minute you try to say, oh, Minshew mania in Kansas City, Missouri, here we go, stop it. Guys, at the end of the day, we like sloppy seconds. We all like a little bit of sloppy seconds, and that's what Gardner Minshew is. Gardner Minshew is the 25-year-old girl that's been on OnlyFans for 10 years, and this is the after effects of it. Just going to go jumping from man to man to man, and maybe somebody might fall in love with him a little bit. I mean, was like a $3 million deal, $4 million deal. Clearly, the Kansas City Chiefs are not in love with him. There's just some lust with him a little bit, but stop it with that. Patrick Mahomes does not lose his job to Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew is not going to be the man, the myth, the legend. Gardner Minshew may not even see the grass in Kansas City. Let's just be honest. Let's just be 100% honest about that. Sheesh.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
Trying to get me fired up before it's not even 9:15. You're already starting to get me fired up. Jesus. My man Alpha Rob in the chat as well today says the Bengals are a one-hit wonder. Alpha Rob, when we look at the Cincinnati Bengals, the Super Bowl window was wide open. Let's just be honest. The Super Bowl window was wide open. On that Super Bowl team, just off the top of my head, right? Joe Burrow finally played a full NFL season. Joe Mixon was running downhill. They had Tyler Boyd. They had T. Higgins. They had Jamar Chase. That defense was top-notch. And yes, since then, they have sniffed the playoffs, right? They sniffed the playoffs, and then they're a 5-win team, 4-win team, whatever it was. I guess it was a 9-win team last season, but they're just not very good. The Cincinnati Bengals being a one-hit wonder, this might be a spot-on truth. This might be the most smartest thing you've ever said in your whole entire life, Alpha Rob, is that the Cincinnati Bengals are a one-hit wonder. And let me take that one step further for you guys, right? Let me say one step further. Many people always want to put Joe Burrow up at this elite quarterback status. Many people want to put Joe Burrow as like 1A, 1B with Josh Allen, and then Patrick Mahomes, and then Joe Burrow, and then Lamar Jackson. Guys, the point of the matter is Joe Burrow is not a top 10 quarterback. The point of the matter is Joe Burrow makes nobody around him better. The reason why Joe Burrow puts up the numbers that he does is because of Jamar Chase. It's because of T. Higgins. It's because they're playing from behind so often that they got to throw the ball 50 times in a game to even be relevant. That is the only reason why Joe Burrow puts up the numbers that he does. That is the only reason why we thought of Joe Burrow being an MVP last season. I went back and watched a lot of Cincinnati Bengals games. Joe Burrow is not that good. Yes, he puts up 300, 400-yard games. Yes, he throws five touchdowns, right? But actually watch the games. Take away the stats and watch the games. Joe Burrow is not a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Joe Burrow might be number 13 behind Dak Prescott at this point. Joe Burrow is not an elite quarterback. Joe Burrow is not top 10. Joe Burrow shouldn't even be sniffing the MVP just like he did last season. The Cincinnati Bengals are a one-hit wonder. The Cincinnati Bengals will probably never win the division as long as Joe Burrow is as their quarterback. The Cincinnati Bengals certainly won't be making the Super Bowl anytime soon with this whole contract situation they have going on in Cincinnati. Pay Jamar Chase, pay T. Higgins, and get over it. But they can't. They can't get out of their own way. Joe Burrow's terrible. Stop it. But yes, Alfarov, you are right. Cincinnati Bengals were a one-hit wonder. And Old Man River piles on and says Cincinnati was their own worst enemy. It started last offseason. I don't know their general manager's name off the top of my head. If you guys do, let me know in the comments below. But that general manager and ownership approached Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase did not say, I want this, this, and this. The ownership, the general manager, approached Jamar Chase and said, hey, we want to give you a new contract. What is your number? And he said, I really don't have a number, whatever. What are you guys offering? It was a smack in the face, like $15 million or whatever it was, $20 million. He's like, no, we are done talking about this now. You know what I'm worth. Pay me. Shortly after that, CeeDee Lamb got paid. Ownership general manager come back to Jamar Chase and said, hey, how much do you want to get paid? He's like, I saw CeeDee Lamb get this much money. Give me this much money. They're like, no, we can't do that. 2 days later, 3 days later, Justin Jefferson gets paid. Was it $30 million or whatever it was? $40 million. I don't remember how much it was. He highest paid receiver in the NFL. Ownership and general manager comes in another $10 million off a track. They're saying, how much do you want, Jamar? He's like, I want 1 cent more than JJ. I'm not asking for $1 million more. I'm not asking for $10 million more. I want 1 cent more than JJ. I want to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. I want that tag on my name. Like, oh, no, we can't do that. Now that ship has sailed. Now we saw DK Metcalf, 5 years, $150 million deal. Now we're going to see another receiver, probably Amari Cooper, get a lot of money. We're going to probably see Cooper Kupp get a lot of money from the New England Patriots or the Detroit Lions, whoever wants him at the end of the day. The simple fact of the matter is, Old Man River, you are correct. Cincinnati Bengals can't get out of their own way. They should have paid him off a long time ago, and now they're going to be kicking the can down the road for many, many years. Now they're going to be kicking it down the road for many, many years, and they're going to be very, very, very bad. Very, very, very bad at the end of the day. Yes. My man John's in the chat today. What's up, John? John is a pigskin pundit.
Pigskin pundit. Get you some.
John says, what's good, yo? What is good, John? What is good? What is good? What is good, my man? What's up? What's up? What's up? Robbie Defo said, I can take Mahomes' job. Robbie, you need to slow it down, baby. If anybody is taking Patrick Mahomes' job, if anybody in their right mind is taking Patrick Mahomes' job, it is a player not in the NFL right now. If any quarterback in the world want to come up to take Patrick Mahomes' job, they're not in the NFL right now. They're in college right now. And it's by the name of Arch Manning. Arch Manning has the most upside potential quarterback that I've seen in a very, very long time. It is bad that he's going to be drafted by the Indianapolis Colts. It's bad it's going to take him 3 or 4 years to turn that thing around up there in Indy after taking this season with Daniel Jones. But if anybody can take Patrick Mahomes' job, it's not you, Robbie. It's not Josh Allen. It's not Lamar Jackson. It's not Brock Purdy, Geno Smith. It's nobody in the NFL right now. It's going to be the number 1 overall pick next season, the best quarterback coming out of the draft in a very, very long time, and the man, the myth, the legend, Arch freaking Manning. That is the only person who can ever take Patrick Mahomes' job. So slow it down, baby. Jim Powell says, whoa. Gardner Minshew has a song written about him. Has to be something to it. Jim, you are from the great state of Kentucky. You are a pigskin pundit. You know very damn well there's a lot of players, a lot of athletes, especially here in the Kentucky, they have songs written about them. Most recently, my man Jack Harlow, happy birthday to him. He was like 27 years old. Happy birthday, Jack Harlow. He wrote a song about Tyler Hero. Yes, I understand Tyler Hero was a Kentucky legend. Yes, I know Tyler Hero is the 6th man of the year. But Tyler Hero is no top-tier NBA player. Tyler Hero is no second-tier NBA player. He's like a 4th-tier NBA player, and he has a song written about him. Patrick Mahomes has songs written about him. Derek Thomas has songs written about him. Stop it. Jim says, Patrick Mahomes ain't that good. Put Minshew behind that line. It's a 3-peat, baby. Hey, You know, what would chap your ass more? Let me ask you guys this. Raiders fans, Chargers fans, all you picks and pundits out there. Let me ask you guys this more. Or what would piss you guys off more? First things first is you all hate the Kansas City Chiefs, right? You all hate the Kansas City Chiefs with a passion. The reason why you wanted the Philadelphia Eagles to win last year so bad was because you hated the Kansas City Chiefs that bad. You did not want to see history. You did not want to see a three-peat. You wanted to see them lose. Let's just call a spade at the end of the day. Now, let's say in theory, let's just throw some ill will out there to the man, the myth, the legend, Patrick freaking Mahomes. Let's say he happens to go down. Broken ankle, broken leg, whatever, right? Gardner Minshew comes in. And he leads the Kansas City Chiefs to the Super Bowl. And they win the Super Bowl. Their third Super Bowl in 4 years. Let's say Patrick Mahomes isn't quite the player that he wants to be. Like, he is taking some time to recover. Gardner Minshew is back in there again for the second year. This is now the, 2026 NFL season. Gardner Minshew leads the Kansas City Chiefs back to the Super Bowl. Leads them to a back-to-back Super Bowl championship. 2-time quarterback winner, Gardner Minshew, right? The Kansas City Chiefs have now won 4 Super Bowls out of the last 5. Then they're going for a three-peat yet again. Not only have they won 4 out of the last 5, they've been to 5 straight Super Bowls now and getting ready to go for a three-peat. Now, since it's Gardner Minshew leading the way at this particular point, he's won the last 2 Super Bowls. Patrick Mahomes' retirement, injury, whatever, right? This is all hypothetically speaking. Would you guys be more pissed off now that the Kansas City Chiefs have done it yet again with another quarterback in Gardner Minshew and wish Will Hill on him, saying the refs are doing this, and this, or would it be even worse because it's the Kansas City Chiefs with Gardner Minshew? Guys, if this ever were to fruition, Gardner Minshew, starting quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, leading them to a Super Bowl victory. Oh my, people would go ape shit crazy. The refs this, the refs that, everything would be against the Kansas City Chiefs. It is rigged, it is... Oh, could you guys, could you wrap your head around that for 10 seconds? Because it would be mind-blowing. Me as a Kansas City fan, I'm like, I don't know at this particular point. But I know each and everybody out there would be even more pissed off because, for one, it's Gardner Minshew. F Gardner Minshew, right? I feel like everybody hates Gardner Minshew until he is on his team. I'm not gonna like him either way. But man, what if that was to happen, Jim? What if that legitimately was going to happen? Stop it, right? Stop it. Robbie says, I can take Gardner Minshew's job. Robbie, you couldn't shave Gardner Minshew's mustache. The Kush Master, San Antonio Spurs himself, is the old school Spurs logo is by far the worst. He says hi. What's up, Kush Master? What's up? And John says, whoa, Buck. Buck, you're getting a little crazy. You're getting a little out of line here, Buck. You're getting so crazy that you do not think Joe Burrow's John thinks Burrow is definitely a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Joe Burrow has the potential to be a great quarterback. Joe Burrow has the potential to lead the Bengals to another Super Bowl. Joe Burrow has the potential to definitely be a top 10, top 5 quarterback year after year after year. But he's not. Right now, he is not a top 10 quarterback. Right now, he's not a top 5 quarterback. Right now, he's not even be top 13, 14. And he says, name 10 quarterbacks better than Joe Burrow. Easily. Josh Allen, number 1. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes. And then you got Jared Goff, you got Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, and then I'm going to go, so I got Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. This is no particular order. Lamar Jackson, I'm going from east to west. Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford, bada bing, bada boom, right there. Then you got Jalen Hurts. You got Dak Prescott. And then this is where it gets wild, right? This is where it gets really wild. You got to put C.J. Stroud up there. C.J. Stroud's definitely a top 10 quarterback. Kyler Murray proved that he's another top 10 quarterback yet again. And Geno Smith. Yes, you got to slide Geno Smith up there. Geno Smith is starting to ball out. His last 3 seasons, he's kept the Seahawks afloat. Right there's 10 better quarterbacks than him. And then I'm going to take it one step further. Tua is a better quarterback than Joe Burrow right now. You give that offense with Tua in like Cincinnati, he is leading his thing. He's leading that team to the playoffs. And let's not forget, Sam Darnold was a top 5 quarterback last season. He's better than Joe Burrow as well. So stop. And let's not get it twisted either. Trey Lance. Trey Lance is better than him as well. Stop it. Stop it with that. He's number 5 overall passing. He's first. Guys, Burrow is not a top 10 quarterback. Stop it. Stop it, baby. And Jim says, let's talk about the pink elephant in the room. Kansas City Chiefs offensive line went sideways in the Super Bowl, and Mahomes was found out to be average at best. So, Jim, you are 100% correct. The Philadelphia Eagles defensive line exposed the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line, held their whole offense play after play after play. But even the best quarterback in the NFL needs a little bit of time, needs a little bit of protection to be great. That offensive line was by far the worst performance I've ever seen at the Kansas City offensive line. I felt like I was a Chicago Bears fan right then, watching the Bears offensive line. That is how bad the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line was in that Super Bowl. And even with like all that, him having 0 time running for his life, we had like 5 sacks, right? Something ridiculous. He still found ways to attempt to make plays. He still found ways to extend the play. He still hit D-Hop in his freaking hands, dropped it. Hit Travis Kelce in his hands, dropped it. Patrick Mahomes is not average. Patrick Mahomes is an elite quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is right now is the 3rd best quarterback in the NFL. Maybe 2nd. He is bar none a top elite quarterback in the NFL. Stop throwing shit about it. The only reason why he was on an MVP conversation this season, or last season in 2024, is because we expect him to be good. We expect him to do Superman things. We expect him to be top notch. If Patrick Mahomes is on any other team, let's say he's on the Carolina Panthers, and they go 15-2, and he puts up the same exact numbers, they win the same exact way, and they beat the same exact teams, he's winning the MVP. Not Josh Allen, not Lamar Jackson, not Joe Burrow in conversation. It would be Patrick freaking Mahomes every day out of the year, twice on Christmas Day. So he is not average. Stop it. Stop it. John says, Chiefs have been depriving of every championship victory and loss. Deserving of every championship and victory and loss. They have been deserving. The Kansas City Chiefs deserve to lose in the Super Bowl. I'm not throwing any shade on that whatsoever. I think we spoke on that many times, John. Right? I sat here and said it, that nobody was beating the Philadelphia Eagles that Super Bowl Sunday. The 2000 Ravens, the 1996 Dallas Cowboys, nobody was beating the Philadelphia team on that particular day. It is what it is. It is what it is. Robbie says, Kansas City wouldn't be winning if they didn't have Mahomes. And Robbie, that is where you are wrong. That is where you are wrong. Because the people do not understand that the Kansas City Chiefs were still a pretty good team before Patrick Mahomes came into their lives. Right? A couple years before Patrick Mahomes came into their lives, the Kansas City Chiefs were a 13-3 team. I believe they were the 2nd overall seed in the AFC playoffs. Indianapolis Colts coming to town and wax that ass with Alex Smith at the helm. Right? The Kansas City Chiefs had playoff curse. They could not get out of the first round. They could not get out of their own way. Every time they would host a home playoff game, they would lose. Yes, the greatest home field advantage in the NFL could not get over the curse. Actually, I think it was Patrick Mahomes' rookie year, 2nd year, leading into the Kansas City Chiefs playoffs. and they actually had some type of exorcism come into the Arrowhead Stadium and like exorcise the field. Is that what you call it? Exorcism, the field, right? To like get the demons and get the curses out, right? But the guys, the Kansas City Chiefs have never been a bad team. They've had a bad year here or there, yes. But if you look at the Kansas City Chiefs record, even prior to Patrick Mahomes, with Alex Smith and like Andy Reid, they were a decent team. I'm pulling up the Chiefs the records here, just so I can show you, some of their wins lost, right? So Patrick Mahomes was drafted in 2017, right? So he sat that 2027 NFL season, right? The Kansas City Chiefs were 10-6. They lost in the wild card game. That was the game to the Indianapolis Colts, actually, right? The year before that, Patrick Mahomes wasn't on the team. 2016, they were 12-4. They lost in the divisional round. 2015, they were 11-5. They lost in the divisional round, right? Alex Smith was the quarterback still. Let's see here. 2014, they were 9-7. Did not make the playoffs. They were second in their division, but they did not make the playoffs. This is when the Denver Broncos were running the division. 2013, they were 11-5, lost in the wild card round. That was Andy Reid's first year. And then even, quote, our down years with freaking Todd Haley and Romeo Carnell and Herm Edwards, right? 2012, we were 2-14. That sucked, right? 2011, we were 7-9 losing record. But before that, with Todd Haley, right? 2010, 10-6, lost in the wild card. Had a couple down years in 2009, 2008, 27, 4-12, 2-14, 4-12 again. But in 2016, right? It was Herm Edwards' first year, 9-7, lost in the wild card round. So to say that the Kansas City Chiefs wouldn't be winning without Patrick Mahomes, that is a complete false statement. Patrick Mahomes has definitely put them over that hump that the Houston Texans are trying to get over, right? Patrick Mahomes definitely catapulted them into this dominant Super Bowl caliber team. It's Super Bowl or bust type of team, yes. But since 2014 or since 2015, they have been in the playoffs every year. 2014, so in the last 25 years, right? So we're going to date back to 2025. That was Vermeil, forget his first name. Dick Vermeil, right? That was Dick Vermeil's last year there. The Kansas City Chiefs missed the playoffs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. They missed the playoffs 6 times, and they've only had 4 seasons of losing records. So the Kansas City Chiefs were winning. They were making the playoffs. They were competing with the Denver Broncos at the time and Peyton Manning. The Kansas City Chiefs would be just fine without Patrick Mahomes. Meaning they wouldn't be winning Super Bowls. Do not get it twisted. But they would still be winning a lot of games. So, Robbie, get out of here with that stuff. Don't be talking sly about my Kansas City Chiefs. Right, my man? Right? I'm just playing. And John says, whoa, Buck. First of all, John is a big skin pundit.
Big skin pun. Get you some.
Guys, be like John. Hit the like tab below. Hit the membership tab and become a big skin pundit. A member, I should say. So John says Geno, Kyler, Tua. Get out of here, man. No way they are top 10. Look at the stats, buddy. Watch the film. Watch the film. Tua doesn't have the deep ball throws that Joe Burrow has. Okay. He does. He throws a little bit of a moon ball, but he can definitely hit those long passes. Excuse me. Robbie says Jamar Chase has 31 catches for 409 yards and scored 1 touchdown in 7 games without Joe Burrow in his career. Okay. What does that have to do with anything? 31 catches in 7 games is really not a whole lot, my man. 31 catches in 7 games is not that something to be proud of. right? And when you look at it, who was his quarterbacks? Um, Jake 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 Browning or whatever, right? Where is Jake Browning now? Not in the league. Who else was the backup quarterback? When Joe Burrow went down his rookie year. I don't think Jamar Chase was actually there his rookie year. Came in the next year, right? So I mean, I see what you're saying, but at the same time, it doesn't make a whole lot. Jamar Chase will catch the ball with anybody, right? My man JM's in the chat says Hurts has the best offensive line in the league, and he was sacked at a higher rate than quarterback Caleb Williams. So JM, you are right. Jalen Hurts took a lot of sacks last season. If I'm not mistaken, it was above in the 90s, right? Hell, in the playoffs alone, I think it was like there was one game he had like 6 sacks or 7 sacks. Like he definitely had a lot of sacks. I don't remember where I saw those stats, but yeah, he was by far the most sacked quarterback at the same time. However, on the other hand, he was the least turnovered quarterback, right? The first 3 or 4 games, he had like 5 interceptions. From that bye week on, he had 1 interception for the rest of the season. So he was hanging on to the ball to assure he was not getting a turnover. So a lot of those sacks were that type of plays, right? Also, a sack counts if a running back makes a running play and is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. So all of those tush pushes that did not get the first downs and they lost yardage, that counts as a sack. Every time he would roll the pocket and then try to scramble because nobody was open, that would count as a sack, right? So yes, he was the highest sacked quarterback in the NFL, but you have to put in context to that as well. The tush push, the scrambling, that kind of thing. Because anything a quarterback is sacked behind the line of scrimmage, it does count as a sack. Jim says the most important part of any team is the offensive line. Elite line creates Hall of Fame quarterbacks. You are exactly right, Jim. So we've said it on many times, and that is my philosophy going into my high school season this year, is that a high school or a line, that a line will make or break your team, right? A great offensive line will make an average quarterback be elite, right? An elite quarterback behind an average offensive line will look average. So yes, elite offensive line or great offensive line play elevates all quarterback play, and definitely is a good thing. John says Patrick to me is the best in the league. Patrick Mahomes is a very, very good quarterback. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not throw any shade on that whatsoever. However, me as a Kansas City Chiefs fan, I can say confidently that Josh Allen is a better quarterback right now, a better athlete than Patrick Mahomes. The best quarterback in the NFL right now going into 2025 has to be Josh Allen. With his arm talent, with his decision-making, with his ability to put a team on the back and score when time's needed. Now, that's not throwing any shade at Patrick Mahomes. That is not saying that he cannot put his team on his back and get that big play, right? But let's just be flat out honest. When it's 4th and 6, what are the Kansas City Chiefs going to do? They are going to try to roll the pocket, hit an outdoor route to Travis Kelce, maybe some type of slant play, or potentially roll the pocket and give Patrick Mahomes the option, right? On 4th and 6, we've seen it. The Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Josh Allen said, I'm going to go get the first down. I'm going to lower my shoulder and I'm going to get the first down. And I think with that ability, that running ability puts Josh Allen above Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has great game time nut crunch ability. He is by far the best situational quarterback. It's 2 minutes left in the game and you need six points. Yes, Patrick Mahomes is going to go get you that 6 points. Josh Allen can. He hasn't proven it consistently, but he can, right? He can, but I do think Josh Allen right now is the best quarterback in the NFL. JM says, I'm unsubscribing. Well, that's no fun, JM. Why are you unsubscribing? Are you unsubscribing because I said Cincinnati Bengals suck? One more time. My man David's in the chat. Said Chargers are in the house. I got a minute. He says the Chargers will take down the Kansas City Chiefs. David, I like your optimism. I'm glad you are here, David. David is a Pigskin Pundit.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
David has clicked on the membership tab below and got a little free merch on the way for David. But with that being said, David, what moves this offseason do you think have put the Kansas City or the LA Chargers above the Kansas City Chiefs? What moves on defense, on offense, front office, special teams that you think that have improved the Chargers by 3 wins? Let's just say 2 wins even. What has improved the Chargers from that 9-win team to 11-win team to overtake the Kansas City Chiefs in the West? What have the Chargers done this offseason that gives you that confidence? Was it the loss of Joey Bosa? Was it the a loss of Fulton? Was it re-signing Mack? Like, was it bringing back Mike Williams? Was it Mike Williams that they brought back? Like, what moves this offseason do you think has projected you guys north? That's like, hey, this is it. This is the move that made us great. And yes, LA Chargers are a better ball club than they were in 2023. They're a better ball club than they were in 2022. Yes. But from the 2024 ball club to the 2025 ball club, I think they've been kind of stagnant. I'm not saying that they're terrible. I'm not saying they're a 5-6 win team. But I'm saying I don't think that the addition of Najee Harris or bringing Mike Williams back or losing all those defensive players puts you up in the upper echelon of the elite teams in the Kansas City Chiefs. And David follows up and says Najee, and we just got a corner, and I'll wait for the draft. So you are optimistic about the Chargers drafting well. You are optimistic about the Chargers filling their holes via draft. And let's just be honest, this is a very weak draft class. There is no top tier receivers. There is no top tier defensive players in this really draft. I mean, like you got your couple right here, but then the rest kind of fall down to the 4th, 5th, 6th round picks. So as of right now, sure, you added Najee Harris. Nice little piece. What did he do in Pittsburgh last season? Not a whole lot. They had a nice little 1-2 punch with him and Jaylen Warren, but he is coming to LA to be the man. And I'm not for sure if Najee Harris can be the man. Mike Williams, another year moved. There's a reason why you let go of him last season to bring him back. I don't know. That seems kind of silly. But let's slow it down. Jim says the only way the Chargers are talking anything rhetorically, I think tactically. I'm not sure where tactically is. Alpha Rob says, you're a smart man, Buck. I am. I am a very, very smart man. And that is why we got to start off at the top. Let's get into today's show and let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend, the 41-year-old Aaron freaking Rodgers, man, like himself. Guys, Aaron Rodgers is a wanted man. Aaron Rodgers is highly sought after by the New York Football Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers. They say, Aaron Rodgers, come save our team. Aaron Rodgers, what is it going to take you to get you in our uniform? Aaron Rodgers, are you coming back? Aaron Rodgers, we know you're in Australia, casually looking over the ocean like you had no camera there, but hey, come play for us. And Aaron Rodgers like, whoa. Listen here, bruh. Sometimes you gotta be with the wind and feel the soul with the fresh air and fight a kangaroo and stare tarantulas in the eyes to understand what you really want. Guys, but the simple fact of the matter, there are 2 teams that are highly sought after Aaron Rodgers. The New York Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers are both highly after Aaron Rodgers. But who fits him the best? What team fits Aaron freaking Rodgers the best? Now, both of these teams are flagship NFL franchises, right? When you look at the Giants and you look at the Steelers, they are both very, very historically based franchises, right? The Steelers have the steel curtain. The Steelers have Mike Tomlin, easily a Hall of Fame coach right now. The Giants are the only team to win a Super Bowl in 4 different decades, right? Now, when you look at both of these teams on the outside, not through the draft, not, as currently constructed, the New York Football Giants are still rebuilding. The Giants are not a quarterback away. The Giants are not a couple players away. The Giants are not Aaron Rodgers away of making the playoffs, making a Super Bowl run, whatever. They are a good team, but they are not a Super Bowl, a quarterback away of winning the Super Bowl. Now, when you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, I was on the Pittsburgh Steelers last season. Last June, July, August, I said the Pittsburgh Steelers are a quarterback away. They are above average quarterback play away of making a Super Bowl team. They had average quarterback play, and they still made the playoffs. Guys, the Pittsburgh Steelers are ready to win right now. To me, Aaron Rodgers to the Pittsburgh Steelers makes the most sense. You have 2 big-time receivers right now. DK Metcalf, just traded for him. You still have George Pickens on the roster as of today. Then you still have Calvin Austin III, right? You just lost Van Jefferson. He's on his 4th team now in 3 years, but we digress from that. And there's free agent receiver out there by the name of Cooper Kupp as well. Guys, if the Pittsburgh Steelers can get Aaron Rodgers on that team, if they can make Jaylen Warren the number 1 tailback, which I think Jaylen Warren is a top 10 running back in the NFL, get him the ball several times a game. Get DK and George, spread it out evenly, nice, and then you got Pat at tight end. Plus that great defense that they boasted up as well. Guys, Aaron Rodgers to the Pittsburgh Steelers makes the most sense. If Aaron Rodgers would go to the Pittsburgh Steelers and have glimpses of what he could have been in New York his first season, glimpses of his last 2 years in Green Bay, which is above quarterback play, which is tier 2 quarterback play per se. Guys, the Pittsburgh Steelers are 11-12 win team. They are battling for the AFC North title. They are battling for an AFC championship. They are battling for a Super Bowl title shot, right? Aaron Rodgers to the Pittsburgh Steelers makes the most sense. It's simple. So guys, what do you think? Out of the Giants and the Steelers, who do you think Aaron Rodgers should play for? Who fits him the best? David says he's got to get to a school play. That's right, guys. David is in the beautiful city of LA in California. Man, it's like 5:00 there. David, enjoy the school play. Have a great day. John says, let's not get crazy. This is what is going to happen. Aaron Rodgers is going to come back. He is going to play for his 16th NFL season, whatever it is. He's going to follow Brett Favre's advice. He's going to follow the footsteps of Brett Favre, and he's going to end his career where Favre ended his career, and that is with the Minnesota Vikings. I posted that on our Facebook page. I think Coffee posted it in the Pigskin Pundit chat. It had a number 12 Rodgers jersey with the Minnesota Vikings. It definitely makes sense. It definitely makes sense. He's going to the Vikings. Alpha Rob says, Buck, you are smart. Buck, you are a smart man. And us smart men think alike. And Alpha Rob thinks that Aaron Rodgers is going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I like it, baby. I like it. Let's go. And Jim says the payola is a hell of a drug. Rodgers discount double checks. God, I hope it's the Steelers. Listen, Jim, just because you said that, it was State Farm, right? Was it State Farm? I hope Aaron Rodgers goes to Pittsburgh. I hope Aaron Rodgers balls out his first 3 or 4 games. 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, taking the league by storm. Josh Allen, who? Lamar Jackson, who? Patrick Mahomes, who? It's Aaron Rodgers freaking time, baby. And State Farm brings him back on in his endorsement. He does a discount double check again. And I hope he plays your Eagles. I hope he plays your Las Vegas Raiders, and he does a discount double check on them. not once, not twice, but 3 times in the first half after his dad passed away. Too soon. Alpha Rob says, hey, guys, let's not get it twisted here. With Mike Tomlin as a head coach, Aaron Rodgers is guaranteed 9 or 10 wins. Guaranteed a winning season. Alpha Rob, let's not get it twisted. You're 100% right, my man. You are 100% correct, baby. Let's go. Old Man Rivers, a pigskin pundit.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
He says in order, first he would have to make Minnesota, then Pittsburgh, then Giants. So Old Man Rivers is saying, hey, the team that makes the most sense is the Minnesota Vikings. And Kevin O'Connell's only like 40 years old. Aaron Rodgers is 42 years old. We know how Aaron Rodgers interacts with younger generation, people younger than him. He looks down at them. He degrades them. Doesn't give him much respect. That's why he is out of Green Bay with Matt LaFleur. Let's just be flat honest. Scratch it off the list. And then he says the Pittsburgh Steelers and then the New York Football Giants. I agree with you, Old Man River. So, guys, what do you think? New York Giants or Pittsburgh Steelers? Who fits him the best? We all think it's the Pittsburgh Steelers in the end. Next up, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is has been friend-zoned a little bit. Russell Wilson has been put on the back burner. Russell Wilson has kind of been like, I don't know what to do with my hands anymore. Russell Wilson is like, I just want to play football. Giants are like, hey, let me get back to you after I talk to Aaron Rodgers. Pitcher's like, hey, let me talk to Aaron Rodgers first, and we'll get back to you. The Jets were like, sorry, let's talk to Justin Fields, and we'll get back to you. And Justin Fields signed. Oh, sorry, we don't want you. Russell Wilson will be visiting the Cleveland Browns. He's actually visiting with the Cleveland Browns as of right now. Right? As of right now, Russell Wilson is talking to the Cleveland Browns. The Browns did not fly him out there. Another team did not fly him out there. He flew out there on his own dime. So, guys, Russell Wilson to the Cleveland Browns. Does it make sense? When you look at the Cleveland Browns, they were just in the playoffs just 2 years ago, right? They were in the playoffs just a couple years ago. Hell, last season, they even still had a shot with like their 5th string quarterback yet again, right? But as of right now, Kenny Pickett is the only healthy quarterback on the Browns roster. That's right. The quarterback that they just traded for from the Philadelphia Eagles is the only healthy quarterback on the roster as of right now. Now, the Browns still do have the 2nd overall pick in this year's draft. Let's not forget that Shadur Sanders, James Frank wants Shadur Sanders to Cleveland really bad. Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, potentially all whatever, but as of right now, they have the 2nd overall pick. Guys, let's not forget that the Cleveland Browns have had very, very, very little quarterback success ever in their NFL lives. Every time the Browns have a little bit of quarterback success, they ship them out of town. Matter of fact, the quarterback graveyard is a real thing in Cleveland. Quarterbacks go to Cleveland to die. When you get drafted by Cleveland, you're not going to have a future. When you get traded there, you're not going to have a future. If you want to go there by your own free will, you're not going to have a future. Let's just be honest. Now, the Cleveland Browns should not let Russell Wilson leave the facility without a contract. Simple as that. Russell Wilson should be loved and appreciated and done everything right in Cleveland. Simple fact of the matter is, though, it does not make sense to me. It does not make sense to me. What is the point of trading for Kenny Pickett when you had the opportunity to go out and get Justin Fields or Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson or Trey Lance or other quarterbacks out there, Sam Darnold, for basically free. I mean, not free, but not giving up draft capital to bring in a washed-up quarterback. And I'm not saying Kenny Pickett's a bad quarterback. I'm not saying he is good either. But the simple fact of the matter is, this to me does not make sense. Russell Wilson to the Cleveland Browns does not make sense unless he's going to be a backup. Clearly, Russell Wilson wants to start in the NFL. Clearly, Russell Wilson still thinks he has it. Clearly, Russell Wilson thinks he can lead a team to the playoffs, if not an AFC championship, if not a Super Bowl. Guys, Russell Wilson is done in the NFL. It's just, it is what it is. He's had a nice run. He's got a Super Bowl ring. He has a couple Pro Bowls. He's AFC championship or NFC championship, right? NFC West crown, a lot of playoff wins, a lot of losses. He's had a pretty decent NFL career. Hall of Fame career, probably not, but still pretty damn good. Russell Wilson should walk away while he's still ahead just a little bit. Russell Wilson should just walk away just while he has some type of notoriety still, right? Do not be like those old players that hang on too long, right? Hang on a little too long. So, guys, what do you think? Russell Wilson to the Cleveland Browns. Does it make sense? Jim Powell says Wilson can hold a clip for Geno Smith. Jim, that's what you got Aiden O'Connell for. That's why you got AOC. Trey Lance could come into like town too, right? Old Man River says, yes, Russ still has gas in the tank. Now he has to prove himself again. You can have all the gas you want in your tank, Jim. You can have all that you can have premium fuel in your gas tank, Jim. Or sorry, John, Old Man River. But if you're on a black ice, on a hill, at a stop sign, trying to go with bald tires, that gas tank's going to run out pretty quick. You can floor it, you can give her hell, but you're just going to spin those tires and that's what's going to happen in Cleveland for many years. Cleveland Browns have the worst general manager, worst front office, worse history, worse everything. The only thing good about Cleveland is the sun doesn't shine and it doesn't get hot. That's the only thing good about Cleveland. You can have all the gas you want, premium, unleaded. You can even have diesel fuel. It's not going to help in Cleveland. Not going to help. Jim Powell says it's a 2.5-hour trip from Pittsburgh to Cleveland. He may just commute. Spoiler alert, Jim, he's still living in Denver in Mark D's house, and Mark D is still opening wide and taking Russ fully in his mouth. Alpha Rob says the Browns had their franchise guys to build around Baker Mayfield, and they blew it. They blew it because they thought the grass was greener on the other side. Like, hey, Deshaun Watson wants out of town. We'll give him $500 million. We'll give him a little bit of this. We'll give him a little bit of that, right? Over here on the old TikTok, Gooberlich's Gerber says, me personally, I agree with you on the Steelers, or he will retire. I think he's meaning about Aaron Rodgers, right? I agree. Old Man River says Russell Wilson should go to Cleveland because they restructured Deshaun Watson's contract. Old Man River, they did restructure Deshaun Watson's contract. They did free up $35 million in cap space. However, they're still $16 million over the cap. With the recent signing of Myles Garrett, they're back over the cap. So, yeah, they're doomed, baby. They're doomed. Jim Powell says, if Kenny Pickett was the guy, Wilson wouldn't have made it in Pittsburgh. So, Jim, you've watched a lot of football in your life, and you know how a football game works. And you know how sometimes at certain places you just feel loved, you fit better, and you just have a better about you, right? I feel that Kenny Pickett wasn't very loved in Pittsburgh by Mike Tomlin. I think Mike Tomlin was kind of forced, kind of coerced into drafting Kenny Pickett, the hometown hero, hometown kid. We need a quarterback. Kenny Pickett's there, best available guy. Maybe let's just go get him. Right. I don't think Kenny Pickett was ever really wanted. He wasn't that big body, big armed quarterback. I think Kenny Pickett in a new system where he's actually wanted and loved. I'm not saying Cleveland is it, but I'm saying Cleveland is going to if Kenny Pickett can win 3 games in Cleveland, he will be the most winningest quarterback in Cleveland since Joe Flacco in his little 3-4 games in a row, right? The Browns want a decent quarterback to rally around, and if Kenny Pickett can be a decent quarterback, they're going to rally around him and make him feel loved. And I think that's all he needs at the end of the day. Speaking of the Cleveland Browns, they do have the number 2 overall draft pick, as you guys know. The latest mock drafts as of right now has Cam Ward going over number 1 overall to the Tennessee Titans. They have Shedeur Sanders going number 3 overall to the New York Football Giants. They have Abdul Carter going number 4 to the New England Patriots. They have Mason Graham going 5th to the Jaguars. If you guys notice, I skipped number 2. And the latest mock drafts, the Browns do have, in the mock drafts, they do have the Cleveland Browns picking up Travis Hunter at number 2. 2nd overall pick, Travis Hunter to the Cleveland Browns. Mark it down, baby. Not so fast, my friend. Guys, should the Cleveland Browns draft Travis Hunter? The Cleveland Browns just traded away for quarterback Kenny Pickett. And he says, meaning Kenny Pickett, expects to battle for that starting quarterback position. Like we said, as of right now, Russell Wilson is visiting Cleveland today, and they still have quarterback issues. Browns general manager Andrew Berry says that the Browns view Travis Hunter as more than a receiver. They see him as an elite athlete and a two-way player in the NFL. So, guys, should the Cleveland Browns draft Travis Hunter 2nd overall in this year's draft? Should they go out there on a limb and draft the man, the myth, the legend called Travis Hunter? Now, guys, if I'm Travis Hunter, I want a team to tell me what side of the ball that they expect me to play on. Whether it's receiver, whether it's cornerback. As a rookie, Travis Hunter should not be playing both sides of the ball. As a 2nd-year player, 3rd-year player, 4th-year player, 5th-year player, he should not be playing both sides of the ball. Now, once he establishes himself on one side of the ball, makes himself an elite player on one side of the ball, then he can start to explore other options, other side of the ball. So, guys, the Browns are terrible at drafting. Let's just be honest. The Browns are terrible at growing players. The Browns are terrible at managing their own salary cap. So if I am Travis Hunter and I have a chance to interview with the Cleveland Browns, I'm saying thanks, but no thanks. I'm saying it's been real, it's been fun, but I want you to pick one side of the ball for me. I think Travis Hunter can be a lockdown defensive player. I think if he would stick to playing defensive side of the ball, learn the craft, he can be an elite cornerback in this league. Cornerback, CB, defensive player. The minute you start to dabble on both sides, your rookie year, that's a recipe for disaster. It is like being married for 3 months and say, hey, honey, let's bring other people into our relationship. Let's be swingers. It's going to blow up in your face really freaking fast. I know very few people that used to be in that swinging lifestyle that have been married beyond past their swinging lifestyle. Stick to one lady and call it a day. Stick to one side of the ball and call it a day. Now, Travis Hunter can be a decent quarterback, cornerback, and a decent receiver. Decent. Subpar, tier 3, tier 4 type of player. The Browns don't want that. Travis Hunter doesn't want that. No other team in the NFL wants that. If you want to get paid, if you want to make those dollar bills, y'all, stick to one side of the ball and call it a day. Simple as that. Until then, guys, we out.
Hey, now it's time to take off. Gotta keep it live and raw. Better stay tuned in. Man, our NFL talk. I know that you ready for more. They on the field, ready for war. Who's in the lead? I'm checking the score. We about to do it like never before. NFL live, uncut, raw. This is Man Hour NFL Talk. Let's go.